You know you should leave, but you can't. Something keeps you there. It's not love, it's something darker, something that lives in your brain, whispering lies, making you stay when every cell in your body screams to run. Marina stayed for 2 years, 2 years with a man who slowly erased her friends, her confidence, her reality. She wasn't weak, she wasn't stupid. She was trapped by invisible chains made of words, of promises, of fear. He never hit her, never yelled, but he destroyed her more completely than any punch ever could. This is the story of the dark psychological tricks that make you stay when you should leave. The 7 weapons manipulators use to keep you trapped in hell. The signs you're ignoring now, and how Marina finally escaped before disappearing completely. Because the most dangerous prison is the one you don't know you're in, and you might be living in one right now. If Marina's story sounds familiar, sign up right now. You're not imagining things. What you're about to learn could be the key that unlocks your prison. Marina met Gabriel on a dating app. She was 32 years old. She was tired of immature men. Gabriel seemed different right from their first conversation. He asked deep questions. What truly makes you happy? What was the most difficult moment of your life? Marina was surprised by his maturity. He didn't just talk about himself, he really wanted to get to know her. When they met in person, Gabriel brought her coffee just the way she liked it. He had paid attention to the details. You mentioned you love coffee with cinnamon. Marina smiled. It had been years since someone had remembered something so small. The first 2 months were intense. Gabriel sent good morning messages every day. He called before bed. He sent songs that reminded her of him. Marina felt special. Finally, someone who valued her. Gabriel had a way of making Marina feel seen. He complimented things other men never noticed. I love how quiet you are when you're thinking about something important. The way you talk to waiters shows how kind you are. He seemed to understand her deeply. When Marina told him about her previous toxic relationship, Gabriel held her hand. You deserved so much more. I would never do that to you. She believed him because he seemed sincere, because he looked her in the eyes when he spoke, because every word sounded true. Within 3 months, Marina was already introducing Gabriel to her family. Everyone liked him. He was charming, polite, and thoughtful. Marina's mother whispered in her ear, "This one is different. Hold on to him." Marina felt she had finally found someone real. But something was happening beneath the surface. Gabriel was gathering information. Every vulnerability Marina shared, he noted. When she mentioned she was afraid of abandonment because her father had left, Gabriel mentally made a note of it. When she said she felt insecure at work, he recorded that too. He wasn't getting to know Marina, he was mapping her, like a strategist studying the territory before battle. Marina didn't realize it. To her, he was just an interested man. But to Gabriel, every conversation was data collection. He was building a manual on how to control her. And Marina, unknowingly, was handing over all the keys. Trick number 1 was already in action: false mirroring. Gabriel pretended to have the same values as Marina, the same dreams, the same fears. This created an illusion of perfect connection. Marina looked at him and saw an idealized reflection of herself. 4 months later, Marina had completely changed her routine. She woke up thinking about Gabriel. She checked her phone, waiting for a message from him. When he took a long time to reply, she became anxious. When he complimented her, she felt on cloud 9. Gabriel had become her emotional barometer. If he was happy, she was happy. If he was distant, she panicked. Marina started canceling appointments to see him. She would stop going out with friends if Gabriel was available. She would change plans at the last minute if he needed her. And it all seemed natural because he never directly asked for it. He simply created an environment where Marina herself chose to put him first. Trick number 2 was working: programmed emotional dependence. Gabriel strategically offered affection. Sometimes he was overly attentive. Other times, he would disappear for hours. This kept Marina constantly on edge, always seeking the next dose of validation. She didn't know it, but she was being conditioned, like a lab rat learning to press a lever to receive food, and Gabriel controlled when the food came. 6 months later, things had changed. Gabriel started asking different questions. Why did you take so long to reply to my message? Who's that guy who liked your photo? Are you making makeup to impress someone at work? Marina was confused. He had always trusted her. Now he seemed insecure. She tried to calm him. Honey, it's nothing like that. You know I only have eyes for you. But Gabriel sighed. I know, I'm sorry. It's just that I love you so much that I'm afraid of losing you. Marina melted. She thought it was love. She didn't realize it was control. Gabriel started asking her to send photos during the day, just so I know you're okay. Marina thought it was sweet. She sent selfies at the office, at lunch, on her way home. She didn't see that she was being tracked, monitored, controlled. Trick number 3 entered the scene. Jealousy disguised as love. Gabriel would make comments about Marina's clothes. Isn't that neckline a little too revealing? Are you going out in those tight pants? He never forbade anything. He just made her feel uncomfortable. Marina started changing her clothes before going out. She chose more discreet pieces, not because he asked, but because it was easier to avoid his comments. Gabriel also had opinions about her friends. Your friend Carol drinks too much, don't you think? That friend of yours from work seems interested in you. Marina began to distance herself from people. It was simpler than dealing with Gabriel's remarks. She didn't realize she was being isolated, cut off from the outside world, until only he remained. The signs were screaming, but Marina was deaf. She stopped posting photos on social media. Gabriel said it attracted unwanted attention. She stopped going to the gym. He commented that the men there looked at her inappropriately. She stopped using certain perfumes. Gabriel said they were too sensual. Marina was disappearing, but she believed she was just maturing the relationship. Her friends started commenting, "You've changed. Where's that confident Marina?" But when someone criticized Gabriel, Marina exploded. "You don't understand. He protects me. He cares about me." She defended him tooth and nail, because admitting she was wrong would mean admitting she had wasted time, lost herself, and that was too painful to face. Trick number 4, it was operating at full steam. Systematic gaslighting. Gabriel started denying conversations. Marina would say, "But you promised we'd travel for my birthday." He'd reply, "I never said that. You're making things up." Marina was confused. She was sure he had promised, but Gabriel seemed so sure, so convinced. She began to doubt her own memory. Gabriel also distorted situations. Marina would complain about something he did. He'd turn the tables. "You're being dramatic. You always exaggerate everything. I do everything for you and you just complain." Marina began to feel guilty. Maybe she was being dramatic after all. Maybe she was ungrateful. She stopped complaining. She stopped expressing discomfort. Because every time she tried, she ended up apologizing. Gabriel had inverted reality, and Marina was now living in his version, not hers. In 2016, psychologist Dr. Alexandra Solomon of Northwestern University conducted a study with 1,500 people in toxic relationships. She asked a simple question: why don't you leave? The most common answer wasn't fear, it wasn't financial dependence, it was something deeper. Because I've invested too much to give up now. Dr. Solomon called this the sunk cost fallacy. It's the same principle that makes people keep watching a bad movie just because they've already seen half of it, or stay in a terrible job because they've been there for years. Our brains hate admitting that we've wasted time, energy, emotion, so we continue even when we should leave. Marina was trapped in this trap. 2 years invested, introductions to the family, future plans. Leaving meant admitting that everything was a mistake, and her brain fought against that with all its might. But there's something even more disturbing. A 2019 study from Stanford University analyzed brain patterns in people in manipulative relationships. They discovered something frightening: intermittent reinforcement. When the reward is unpredictable, the addiction is stronger. Gabriel wasn't bad all the time. If he were, Marina would leave. He alternated. 3 days of coldness, then a day of intense affection. A week of criticism, then a surprise romantic dinner.
This kept Marina's brain in a constant state of hope. Maybe now he'll go back to how he was in the beginning. The researchers compared this to gambling. A slot machine that pays occasionally is more addictive than one that always pays, because unpredictability activates the dopamine system more intensely. Gabriel, consciously or not, was using this technique, and Marina's brain was completely hooked. There's also the true story of Tina Watson. In 2003, she married David Watson. 11 days later, they went scuba diving in Australia. Tina drowned. At first, it seemed like an accident, but investigations revealed something sinister. David had a $130,000 life insurance policy in Tina's name. Witnesses said he let her drown. He didn't try to save her.
Psychologists who studied the case discovered that David had manipulated Tina throughout their relationship. He isolated her from her family, he controlled her finances, he made her sign the life insurance policy without question. Tina's friends said she had changed completely. She was always anxious, always trying to please him. But she didn't leave, even with all the red flags. Why? Because David used the same tricks Gabriel used with Marina. And when you're inside the psychological fog, you can't see the way out. A 2021 study from the University of Michigan did something fascinating. They asked victims of toxic relationships to write about their experiences. Then they showed the texts to other people. Without exception, all the readers said, "Why didn't she leave sooner? The signs were so obvious." But when they showed the same texts to the victims themselves months later, they were also shocked. My God, how did I not see that? This proves something critical. When you're inside, you don't see. The brain goes into denial mode because accepting the truth is too painful. Marina read Gabriel's texts and saw love. I care about you. But an outside observer saw control. The problem wasn't that Marina was stupid. The problem was that she was neurologically compromised. Her prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational decisions, was suppressed. Her amygdala, the center of fear, was hyperactive. She lived in survival mode. And in survival mode, you don't make logical decisions. You just try not to sink. The collapse came from where Marina least expected it. She was at the supermarket when a woman approached. "Are you Marina, Gabriel's girlfriend?" Marina smiled. "Yes, that's me." The woman took a deep breath. "I need to tell you something. My name is Julia. I dated Gabriel for 3 years, and he almost destroyed me." Marina felt the ground shake. "I'm sorry, but I think you're mistaken." Julia shook her head. "He tells you that you're special, that he's never met anyone like you, that he protects you because he loves you too much?" Marina went pale. Those were the exact words. Julia showed her her cell phone, photos of her with Gabriel, messages identical to the ones he sent to Marina. He has a script. He uses it with everyone, and when you can't take it anymore, he discards you and finds the next one. Marina felt nauseous. 2 years. 2 years believing it was love. Marina went home trembling. Gabriel was on the sofa watching TV. She sat down next to him. "Who is Julia?" Gabriel didn't even blink. "Julia? I don't know any Julia." Marina showed him the photos on her cell phone. "She showed me your conversations, photos, everything." Gabriel sighed. That crazy woman. She's my ex. She's obsessed with me. She makes up stories to hurt me." Trick number 5, inaction, discrediting the source. Narcissists always have a crazy ex. They always have someone who's obsessed. They always discredit anyone who exposes them. But Marina didn't buy it this time. "She knew things you're telling me, word for word. How?" Gabriel changed tactics. He raised his voice. "You're believing a stranger and not me after everything I've done for you?" Instant victim reversal. Marina stood up. "I want the truth, now." Gabriel realized he was losing control, and he did what manipulators do when cornered. He attacked with everything he had. "Do you know why I need others? Because you're not enough. You're insecure, boring, dependent. I only stayed with you out of pity." Each word was a stab. Marina started to cry, but something inside her didn't break. It hardened.
She saw Gabriel for what he really was, not a man in love, a predator. She grabbed her bag and went to the door. Gabriel changed again. He fell to his knees. He started to cry. "No, please, I'm sick. I need help. Don't abandon me." Trick number 6, desperate victimization. When all else fails, the narcissist becomes the most fragile person in the world. "I was abused as a child. You're the only one who can save me." But Marina had seen this play before. "It's over, Gabrielle." She left and didn't look back. The following weeks were the hardest of Marina's life. Gabrielle sent 40 messages a day. "Forgive me. I love you. I'll change." Then anger. "You'll regret it. No one will ever truly love you." Then pleading again. "I can't live without you." Trick number 7, in full effect, the post-breakup manipulation cycle. He also started spreading lies about her. He told mutual friends that Marina had cheated on him, that she was emotionally unstable, that she had made up stories. A classic smear campaign. Marina blocked him everywhere, changed the locks on her house, started therapy. In the first months, she had crises, a desire to go back, a longing for the good version of him. But Julia became her friend, and whenever Marina faltered, Julia would remind her that version never existed. It was just a mask. A year later, Marina saw Gabriel in a cafe.
He was with another woman, young, smiling, eyes shining with passion. Marina recognized that look. It was hers from 2 years ago. Gabriel saw Marina and smiled, a cold smile, the smile of someone who already has another victim in the pipeline. Marina left the cafe and took a deep breath. She had escaped, but the girl next to him still didn't know she was falling into the trap, and that hurt more than anything Gabriel had done. Let's name exactly what Gabriel did to Marina. These are the 7 dark psychology weapons that make you stay when you should run. Weapon number 1, false mirroring. He pretends to be exactly who you need. Same values, same dreams, same pain. This creates an illusion of a soulmate. You look at him and see your perfect version. But it's a lie. It's a strategy. Weapon number 2, programmed emotional dependence. He becomes your only source of validation. When he praises you, you soar. When he disappears, you sink. He controls your emotions like a remote control, and you don't even realize you've handed over control. Weapon number 3, jealousy disguised as love. He doesn't forbid things, he just makes you feel guilty until you choose to isolate yourself. Stop posting photos, stop going out, stop existing outside of him. And you think it's love, but it's prison. Weapon number 4, systematic gaslighting. He denies what he said. He distorts what happened. He makes you doubt your own memory until you no longer trust yourself. Only him. Only the version of reality that he tells you. Weapon number 5, discredit the source. When someone tries to save you, they destroy that person's credibility. She's crazy. He's jealous. They want to separate us. Until you cut off those who truly care and keep only those who destroy you. Weapon number 6, desperate victimization. When you try to leave, he becomes the most fragile person in the world. "I need you. I'm going to change. You're the only one who can save me." He holds you captive through guilt, through the fear of abandoning someone broken. But he's not broken, he's breaking you. Weapon number 7, post-rupture manipulation cycle. When you leave, he alternates between pleading and threatening, love and anger, until you return exhausted, or until he finds his next victim. Science explains why it's so hard to leave. It's not weakness, it's neurology. Studies show that toxic relationships activate the dopamine system like addictive drugs. Your brain literally becomes dependent on the person. The intermittent reinforcement that Gabriel used is the most powerful form of conditioning, unpredictable, addictive, devastating. Research also shows the sunk cost fallacy. The more you invest, the harder it is to admit it was a mistake. So you continue, not because you want to, but because your brain can't handle accepting the loss. Marina wasn't special in this. All victims go through the same thing. The prefrontal cortex shrinks, the amygdala enlarges, you lose the ability to think clearly, and you get stuck in survival mode. But you can leave. Marina left, and you can too. So here are 3 lessons that can set you free. Lesson number 1. If you are changing who you are to keep the peace, that's not love, that's domestication. True love expands you. It makes you more yourself, not less. If you feel smaller, quieter, more isolated, that's not a relationship. It's self-erasure. Get out before you forget who you were. Lesson number 2. If you constantly doubt your memory, document everything. Take notes on conversations, record audio, take screenshots. The truth needs proof, because manipulators rewrite reality with such confidence that your memory seems weak. Protect your sanity. Document everything. Lesson number 3. If everyone around you is saying the same thing and you're the only one defending him, listen. Outsiders see what you can't see, not because they're envious, but because they're not in the fog. If your mother, your friend, your sister, they all say something is wrong, then something is wrong. Trust them, not him. Marina survived because a stranger had the courage to tell the truth. Julia could have stayed quiet, but she remembered what it was like to be trapped, and she saved Marina. Now Marina is doing the same. She's telling her story so that other women recognize the signs before losing 2 years, or 10, or a whole life. Because manipulators don't change, they just change victims. Gabriel already has another girl, using the same script, the same words, the same weapons. And she doesn't know it yet. But maybe you do. Maybe you're seeing the signs now. Maybe you'll finally understand why you can't get out. It's not love, it's programming, and you can reprogram it, one day at a time, one step at a time, until you are free, truly free. If this story has changed something within you, do 3 things now. First, subscribe to this channel. We expose the psychological games that silently destroy lives.
Second, come down to the comments and tell me, have you ever experienced any of these tactics? Your story could be the light that awakens someone who is still in the dark. And third, don't leave yet. There's much more truth waiting for you here. Every week, we bring real stories of manipulation, control, and escape. Stories that could be about the person next to you right now. Stay with us, because knowledge is the only weapon against those who use your mind against you, and you have just armed yourself.